to the channel believes Madeleine is dead. And he's an ex-Scotland Yard detective, London Met for decades. Quite a few threes coming in. You know, Julia has presented tons of evidence that show she deserved a test. And all I've said all along is Julia deserves a platform to enable her to tell her story. And it's up for viewers seeing the evidence that she has presented to make up their minds. And all these trolls saying we've been pushing a narrative that she is Madeleine just to try and use a mentally ill woman. Absolute nonsense. Julia is of sound mind. She's very intelligent. She should be a bloody private investigator of all the work she's done on this case. And people who don't think she has the right to tell her story are just completely against freedom of speech. Have I chatted to Gary who made the family, the business connections? No, I've not. I've not had an opportunity to chat to Gary, no. Aussie girl, I believe that Julia is fearless and did what she believes needs to be done to force the issue. Yeah, that's something that we pondered yesterday. And hopefully the issue is going to get forced now. But we're going to have more news coming from court at any moment, guys. If news does come while I'm on the stream, you let me know. I've got another hour here before Ron comes in, waiting for the court to drop the news. And if the news isn't dropped by 1, Ron's taking over for 2 hours, I think. And then I'll be back. So we're going to have the whole afternoon covered. And Fear is discrediting Julie on her page. Once again, people are listening to her lies. Yeah, and they're saying Julia is a liar because she started the Instagram page, I am Madeleine McCann. And she did apologize for doing that and regret doing that. But she said to me that she had no other way to get people to help her. She'd been trying to get help for years to find out who she was. And everyone she was contacting was blanking her. But it did get the help she wanted, but it all backfired. So the article I'm reading from, Jane, and I'll go back to it. Thanks for reminding me. So this article is in the Daily Mail. It was updated just over 30 minutes ago. And the title of the article is, let's have a look. Polish woman claiming to be Madeleine McCann is charged with stalking missing girl's parents, sister, and brother after flying to the UK. And I'll put a link to the article in the live chat. 1 second. If you want to check that out themselves, there you go. All right, there's the article. I'm going to continue reading it. Let me just see. Winter, I strongly feel that they are trying to silence Julia because the McCann's investigation is a front. It's like a money laundering funnel. Yeah. It is insane, isn't it? How much money has been spent, and for them to refuse the 60 British pounds to do the DNA test just stinks to high heaven. Look at the amount of costs the justice system has now incurred because they've denied this woman her ability to find her true identity. If you get in the way of someone who's on a mission to find their identity, nothing's going to stop them. I've said over and over again about my mom. She wrote the book, The Blue Plastic Cow, about her decades it's spent searching for her natural parents. A heartbreaking story. Nothing would stop her. Once she was on that mission, nothing would stop her. My mom and my dad were knocking door to door on houses in villages where they thought my mom's parents had once lived. They did this for years. For years. Going door to door, people thinking they were crazy. if you do not know your true origin, you do not understand your identity, it doesn't matter if the police say no, you're not having a DNA test. You're never going to stop this woman until she has a resolution. And hopefully, if what it's just said in the mail, that this will enable the police to run this fresh DNA against the McCann's DNA, hopefully there's going to be a resolution damn soon. And we must think of both outcomes and Julia's mental health. So let's say she's not Madeleine McCann. Julia, I think, is going to be glad for the closure, but she's also going to be mentally devastated because that is something she personally believes. It's not something we've endorsed. It's just something we've allowed her to present her evidence and for you guys to make your decision. If it comes back that she is Maddie, Julia's going to be over the moon. The parents are going to have a new daughter all over again. So it's going to be extreme psychological cross currents occurring for Julia. And I think once everything settles down, if it comes back that she's not Madeleine McCann, it's not a case of shutting down her story and people saying, look, we told you she was crazy all along. No, it's a case of we continue to platform Julia and we continue to go down other avenues of exploring her origin until we do hopefully get to the bottom of it. Like my mom spent 30 years, I think it was, getting to the bottom of it. You're not going to stop someone. And in my mum's case, my mum's mother, what she eventually found out, my mum's mother was pregnant, jilted, when about to be married, and the Catholic Church told my mum's mum, you can't have a baby out of wedlock, otherwise you're going to burn in hell. And my mum's mum didn't even want to give her up. It was heartbreaking. She was adopted, and the natural mum was still visiting her. And they were so attached. And the last toy my mum's mum gave my mum was a blue plastic cow, which she still has to this day. And that's what she called her book, the blue plastic cow. And there's a picture of it on the cover. So it's not the end of it, the DNA test. It's just a whole new beginning in one of two huge directions. And we've just got to stay here and support Julia no matter what and help her continue to further investigate. All right, Lisa, I'll go back to the article because it explains why they brought her to Leicester. It's like if you commit a crime, allegedly, in a certain jurisdiction, then that jurisdiction is going to process your crime. So she was arrested at Bristol Airport, according to the Mail today, by, what was it, Avon and Somerset police. But they were acting on behalf of Leicestershire police. And the two women were transported for questioning at a custody suite in Leicester. And that's where the DNA has been taken automatically because stalking is classified as a recordable offense and DNA is taken automatically for all recordable offenses. This will enable the cops to conclusively see if there is any truth to Julia's suggestion that she may be Madeleine. So see how the Mail, they're not completely dismissing her. Many media outfits are saying she's a fake and a crackpot again and a stalker. But in that one sentence there, they're saying that it will allow them to see if there is any truth to Julia's suggestion. So they're not ruling out Julia. That is the tone of that sentence. All right, and this article continues in the Mail. Julia became an internet sensation in February 2023 when she posted to Instagram under the account name I am Madeleine McCann. And she has regretted doing that, but she did it to get the attention because no one was giving her any help. She then appeared on the US talk show Dr. Phil to discuss the possibility that she is Madeleine, who vanished age 3 after being snatched by an intruder who broke into her family's holiday villa in Praia da Luz in Portugal in 2007. And we have interviewed so many people with conflicting theories on this case. That's what we do. We explore all of the different theories, from Mark Williams Thomas to David Icke. We've had, our statement analysis guy, and I've got that link in the description box. Let me just see if Ron has put in the description box the link for the Facebook group, which Julia's friend has set up. Yeah, it's right there. All right, so let me just get this for you. Facebook group to free Julia. All right. I'm going to put this link now in the live chat. Thank you, Ron. Let's get that saved. Also in the description box is the link to all of Julia's podcasts. And I've got some good news about episode 2. Episode 2 was reinstated on Facebook, on YouTube today. So if you didn't see episode 2, it includes Dr. Becky, and it was a very emotional one, where Julia went into memories. It was one of the most powerful ones. So yeah. All right. So Julia's link tree is also in the description box. We've got Peter Hyatt on the McCann case. We've got the Police UK link for stalking, the definition of stalking, and several people have also asked, how can they get my mum's book, The Blue Plastic Cow? One Woman Search for Her Birth Mother by Barbara Attwood. There's links for Amazon UK, USA, and worldwide in the description box. But I'm going to put the link for the Facebook group, which has just been started by Julia's friend, who came onto one of the episodes. If people want to go over there and sign up, I've not signed up yet either. This is how new the Facebook group is. All right, let me continue the article then. So, Julia this week took to her new social media account, Am I Julia Wandel, to share the results of a fresh DNA test. The results, she said, were submitted to a world expert who compared them to the crime scene following Madeleine's disappearance. She alleges experts have also matched her eyes, teeth, and voice with those of the missing girl. Julia's representative, Sinclair, confirmed news of the arrest on Wednesday evening and said, I'm trying to find out what's happened, but it appears Julia has been arrested at Bristol Airport this evening, just after she got off the plane. The police have reportedly arrested her on an allegation of stalking and harassing the McCanns. So that we reported on that on Wednesday, that bit. In a numerous posts to Instagram last week, Wandel said her source believes the genetic evidence strongly supports her claims. Madeleine's disappearance, one of the world's biggest ever missing person inquiries, and her fate remains unknown to this day. A Leicestershire police statement said, a woman has been charged with stalking offences following her arrest at Bristol Airport on Wednesday, the 19th of February. So this is new today. Julia Wandel, also known as Julia Wandel, 23, of Lubin, Poland, has been charged with 4 counts of stalking. Then it gets into the details of the accounts. 2 counts relate to offences between 2nd of May 2024 and 15th of February 2025. A third count relates to offences between 3rd of January 2024 and 21st of April 2024. And the fourth for offences between 27th of November 24 and 29th of December 2024. She has been remanded in custody to appear at Leicester Magistrates Court today, Friday, the 21st of Feb. The 60-year-old from Wales, arrested on suspicion of stalking, has been released on police bail. All right. So it is 10 past the hour. I am going to refresh my screen and see if there's any court news being released, because they said, I don't know whether that was just a slip of the media, but they said she was due in court this morning. So if I put Julia Wandel court and refresh for the last hour, let's see. All right, so the most recent one is in the Independent 20 minutes ago. The North Wales Pioneer. Let me see what the Independent says. A Polish woman is accused of stalking the missing girl's family by turning up at their home, sending messages and leaving voicemails. And all 4 family members have been listed as being alleged victims of this stalking. So that includes the parents and the siblings. According to court lists, she is alleged to have gone to the McCann family home on May 2nd and December the 7th, 2024. And if we had known about any of that, we'd have absolutely told her not to do it. And it's a shame that it's got to this point, but it may have the silver lining of the DNA and a conclusion being imminent. She's accused of sending a letter, calls, voicemails, and WhatsApp messages to Kate and Jerry. She is alleged to have sent Instagram messages to the siblings between January the 3rd and December 29th, 2024. Her charges state that there is new information in this article, which came out 20 minutes ago. The charges state her alleged actions had a substantial adverse effect on the family's day-to-day activities. You knew or ought to have known that your course of conduct would cause alarm or distress. All 4 stalking offences carry a maximum penalty of 12 months in custody and or an unlimited fine. So, if they went super aggravated maximum and stacked them, which means if she was found guilty, hypothetically, of all 4, and they really wanted to make an example of Julia, they could run them all one after the other, and she would have a 4-year sentence. And in the UK, you serve 50% of your sentence, so she would be out after 2 years, and she would be awarded back time from the day she was arrested, I believe, at Bristol Airport. So Julia has been remanded in custody and is due to appear at Leicester Magistrates Court today, the police force said. The second woman, age 60 and from Wales, who was also arrested at the airport on suspicion of stalking, has been released on bail, police added. So it would be interesting to know the amount of the bail, because the amount of the bail can give a signal as to the seriousness of the crime. So in my case, when I got my bail for my disco biscuit importation into America, people were getting bail of like 200, 500. So the courtroom was packed with people getting bail. And they called me up there. My bail was $750,000. People gasped because they knew the seriousness of the crime. It was a lot of pills that were imported over the years. And I took full responsibility. It set my life in a whole new positive path and direction. I started the blog because of it while incarcerated in 2004, John's Jail Journal. And this very channel was started in 2007 as a prison channel. And voila, here I am still. All right, so the McCann, Madeleine was just 3 years old when she disappeared from the holiday resort, while the parents were dining with friends nearby, which a lot of people have given them flack over. And you know, I just think if I was in a foreign country, there's no way I would let baby Ziggy out of my sight. But things happen on the road of life, and if they are completely innocent, it is absolute hell. It's the most horrifying thing in the world is to lose a child and not know what's happened to them. It's absolute hell. So, you know, they've been living through that as well. So the disappearance has sparked long-running global intrigue, and German prisoner Christian Bruckner was declared a prime suspect by Portuguese police in April 2022. So I mentioned last night, we had the author of the Christian Bruckner book on for a part 1. He didn't come back for a part 2. I did send him a few emails inviting him. Let me just see if that episode is still up. Let's have a look. I've got 6 videos with Christian in the title. Was Madeleine... Yeah, John Clark. There it is. Was Madeleine McCann abducted by Christian Bruckner? And the author is John Clark. So there's another one I'm going to add to the description box for this video. If you guys want to... I know a lot of you have seen the Peter Hyatt one. It's got hundreds of thousands of views. This one flew under the radar. So I'll put Christian Bruckner. It's only got 11,000 views, so many people have not seen it. John Clark. I'll put the link in the live chat as well right now. Let me get this in the description box first. If anyone's watching this on replay, all these links are in the description box. Let me get this in the live chat. And even if you don't, I know a lot of people don't think Christian Bruckner's done it. In fact, I'll do a poll. Put 1 in the chat if you think Christian Bruckner allegedly snatched Maddie, possibly for a ring or some, you know, buy-to-order deal. Because when I interviewed David Icke, he believed that Maddie had gone to a ring. Put a 2 in the chat if you think Christian Bruckner had nothing to do with it. I'll be interested on you guys' thoughts. Just been on Sky News Live, the story. All right, are we getting closer? Are we getting closer to the court news? Let's see. She's taken to less. That's where McCann's live. That's where the alleged offense occurred. Yeah. So nearly all 2s on the Christian Bruckner thing. Ron has got the live with Big Homie tonight. So excited about this. And we've got some UFO shows scheduled for today, but I believe they're going to get moved. We're going to be reporting on this non-stop until the court news. So Ron's taking over in 45 minutes. And then I am coming back after Ron does his 2 hours. And we're just going to keep going until the court news comes out. Let me just double check that Ron has got his next 2 hours scheduled. Yeah, he does. Here it is. Julia Wandelt charged, new updates, DNA match, new DNA taken. And he has that scheduled for 1 p.m. All right, so I am going to go until just after 1 p.m. I'm just linking the customization of the 2 videos now. So when this video ends in 40 minutes, it will take you over to the one with Ron. Yeah, okay, he's done. He's got everything in the description box already. All right, so let me just check. My one is linking over to his. Yeah, Ron's updated. All right, so both videos are linked. That's perfect. So yeah, we're moving the UFO stuff out the way so we can keep going with this all day. But we are going ahead with the big homie, surviving life. But that's later on. That's well into the evening. That's going to be at, I think, 9 p.m. is the start. Yeah. All right. So where was I? I was on an article, wasn't I? Let me get back to that article. And all right, yeah. So this one was in the Independent. I did put a link in the live chat, and then I've just got some news from Luke at Break the Ice. Let me just see.